Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Retro Game Hall, the only show on YouTube where there actually is a 0.0001 chance that you might actually explode when watching. So today we're taking a look at my game pickups for the month of October. October is a very busy month for me here on the Jimbo channel. First of all, a very heartfelt thank you to everyone who tuned in on the Retro Game Lounge Creature Double Feature Halloween special. All the great positive feedback that we got from you guys, and it seemed like those of you that watched it just had a really great time watching it. We had a really great time making it between Chuck, Tommy, and myself. Man, it was an absolute blast. Chuck was so sad that he wasn't able to make the second part of it, guys. He is on the mend, just going to the doctor's appointments, getting his back taken care of and everything like that, and he will be back on Retro Game Lounge just as soon as possible. We're keeping in touch, and day by day he's getting better and better, so hopefully we'll see him back here soon. So today we're actually just going to condense this into one video. Don't have as big of a haul as I normally do, where I need to split it into two videos. So this time we're going to get it all in one, all in one little basket of awesome. So without any further ado, as always, we're going to go ahead and jump into the games first. First we got Saycross. Very cool, kind of a Tron ripoff, sorta, you're skating on these little futuristic kind of bikes. I mean, look at the cover. That kind of looks like Tron, doesn't it, man? Just happen to have a play copy to go with it. This is complete in box here, guys, so I got one for the shelf and one to play with. Same deal here. Mechanized Attack, the SNK Shooter Classic, man. I used to play the crap out of this in the arcade. It was a two-player light gun game that you could play with a partner. Very much like Operation Wolf or Operation Thunderbolt. All those were made by Taito, and this was made by SNK. This was kind of SNK's fire back to that. But I got a complete in box copy, and I got a copy to play with. Always love having both. Got a few more complete in box NES games here. Got Magic Johnson's Fast Break, Silent Service, and this is a bit of an unusual one, The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. Not an authorized Nintendo game. It's actually a gold cartridge, if I remember right. Yeah, kind of funny looking, the labels upside down and everything. How about that? Super cool. Next up we got some loose Super Nintendo games. Got Kirby's Dream Course, really cool Kirby game. Got Ren and Stimpy's V-Idiots. Haven't played this one in forever, looking forward to checking this one out. And last we got World Heroes 2 from SNK. If you like Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, stuff like that, you love SNK fighters like I do, big King of Fighters fan, definitely check this one out. We've only got one Bomberman pickup this month, guys. It was a little bit of a slow month. There just wasn't that much out there that I didn't already have or could actually afford. The few things in the Bomberman collection that are left that I don't have are kind of really expensive. I've got most of the common stuff already. So this month we got Bomberman GB for the Game Boy. I think I'm going to check this one out on the Super Game Boy just so I can play it on the big screen, but kind of a Bomberman adventure style game. Never played this one before, and getting to play a new Bomberman game for me is always such a treat, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. We got one complete in box Super NES game this month. We got Super Pinball, Behind the Mask. This one is actually a really awesome pinball game. It's really outside the norm for your typical video pinball game. You've got 3 different tables, and you've got a conquest mode, as it says here on the back of the box. Sorry, I'm cheating a little bit. Where you must defeat each level in order to find the forbidden doors. Authentic music, sound effects, and screen displays complete the effect. You can play with 1 to 4 people in this in competitive mode, but it just seems like a really cool video pinball game with really interactive tables and things like that, and the whole conquest mode where you have to unlock hidden features. I definitely love stuff like that. And you can get this game complete in the box for sub $10 right now, so if you find it and you like video pinball, go ahead and buy it. Next up we have a pair of loose boxes for Super Nintendo. First, original Mortal Kombat. Very notorious game, to say the very least. One of the games that started the ratings board, the ESRB, that Night Trapper pretty much credited with that being created. The Super Nintendo version, for those of you who don't remember, did not feature blood at all. It was completely bloodless. If you wanted that, you had to go over to Sega Genesis and enter the special blood code to get that activated. Not a very great game as far as how it holds up, in comparison to things like Street Fighter, Art of Fighting, and things like that. The classic fighting games seem to have aged a little bit better than this one, but at the same time, it's still got that little bit of nostalgic charm where it is fun to go back and play. Get out a pair of controllers with your buddy, kick each other's asses and see if you can pull off the fatalities and stuff. So, Mortal Kombat right now is still pretty cheap, so if you into nostalgia and you were a teenager in the 90s like me who spent way too many quarters in the arcade playing this game, go ahead and check this one out. Next, I got super lucky on this one because the guy obviously didn't know what he had. He let it go for just a few bucks. We got the box for Ghoul Patrol, the sequel, and very hard to find game for the Super Nintendo system. Not super hard, but definitely the price on this thing has been in a steady incline. I think if you're lucky, you can get the loose card for 50 or 60 bucks, so it's definitely on the incline here. I got the box here for $5. I mean, yeah, you can't beat that. I mean, the box is typically worth more than the game on this. So while I don't have the game yet, I'm very looking forward to piecing this one together, you know, getting the manual and getting the cartridge and putting this thing into a package just like I've done with Chiller and countless other games. Got a couple manuals here I picked up. First we got Paperboy for the NES. And next we got the last piece in a trifecta that I've been putting together here, RoboCop vs. the Terminator for the SNES. First I got the box, just in a lucky bid on eBay for I think $8 or $10. Then I got the game, again for I think $6 or $7. And this time I got the manual for, I don't know, it's just a few dollars actually. So that whole thing put together is actually definitely on the incline in prices of late. And I was able to piece this thing together for way under the going rate. So I know a lot of people don't like to do that. They like to buy things as a whole because they think it will save them money. And sometimes that is actually true, but not always, guys. I've been able to piece things together for a lot cheaper than the going rate many times, where you just buy things piecemeal. Manual here, card here, box there, etc. And you can put it together for way less money than the market is asking for right now. So don't sleep on taking that approach to games, guys. I definitely recommend it if you can find the little pieces and put them together in the original package. Okay, we're going to go a little bit more modern with our next batch of games here. We got one PS2 game this month. We got Midway Arcade Treasures. All kinds of awesome shit on this one with a little bit of DVD content extra where you got game histories, developer interviews, and top secret documents, etc. I'll just go through the quick list of you guys and give you guys the hits. We got Spy Hunter, Defender, Defender 2, 4-Player Gauntlet, Joust, Joust 2, Paperboy, 3-Player Rampage, Robotron 2084, Smash TV, Bubbles, Roblasters, Blaster, 3-player Rampart, Sinistar, Super Sprint, Marble Madness, 720, Tubin, Clack, Splat, Satan's Hollow Vindigators, and Root Beer Tapper. Man, what a bargain for all of $1 at a thrift store. You get so many games in here, you know, over 20 classic Midway games, man. These little anthologies, as I'll call them, I've been picking up these things left and right as of late. I think, I'm going to go on record and saying this, that these are really going to pick up in value someday because you get so many classic games on one disc. And you can play it, you know, in your PlayStation 2, Xbox, whatever. It's just so convenient to pick up your games that way and play them. So if you see these in a thrift store, guys, and you like the old school games, you can get these cheap. Go ahead and grab it. Next up, we got a batch of original Xbox games. First up, we got the original Blood Rain. I actually did not check this one out when it first came out. I found it years later and just kind of fell by the wayside, but I'm glad I was able to pick up this copy for, I think, $1 or $2 at a local thrift store. And it's really fun to go back and play these old school shooters on the original Xbox because that system is just a smorgasbord of games like this that are really fun and really easy to play. Next up, we got another anthology, Midway Arcade Treasures 3. This one is a little bit more modern with its game anthology, and I'll give you guys the rundown of what you got. We got San Francisco Rush, The Rock Alcatraz Edition. We got Hydro Thunder, Super Off-Road, Badlands, Race Drive, and Stun Runner, San Francisco Rush 2049, and Off-Road Thunder. So this is kind of like the racing anthology from Midway, where you've got all their best arcade racing games from the kind of the mid to late 90s, I guess. So it's really cool to have all these all in one compilation disc, and you can rock it on your Xbox. Next up, we got Red Dead Revolver, the original game. Before Red Dead Redemption, this was the one that really started it all. Definitely wasn't as big of a scope of game as the second one was, where it was kind of the open world GTA style. This one has a little bit of that, but it's a little bit smaller in the scope. It's still very fun, don't get me wrong, guys. It's a Rockstar game. Rockstar does games very, very well. This one has a little bit more of the quick draw elements, like you got a lot of bosses where you gotta, you know, push the thumbstick down and kick it back up really fast, you know, to simulate the quick draw kind of thing. And it was really fun. And I actually never beat the final boss because that dude was so damn fast on the draw. I never actually got to beating him, so I'm hoping to go through and play this again and see if I can do better this time. Next up, we got one that has been increasing in price and will definitely continue to do so. Death Row for the original Xbox. This is a really cool and really sort of unique game. There's not a lot of games out there like this. where you and up to 3 more of your friends, it's a 4-player simultaneous, where you get on a team and basically just beat the shit out of the other team. Kind of like a 4-player Double Dragon, so to speak, where it's like an arena type of combat type of thing. And it's really fun. I actually haven't played this one since it originally came out, way back early in the original Xbox's life cycle. So I'm looking forward to grabbing Tommy, Chuck, and maybe another buddy, getting on the Xbox and just getting the rumble on. Next up, we got Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Have not played this one, actually. I've been kind of going back one by one and collecting the back catalog for the Castlevania games and checking them out one by one. I've heard this one actually isn't that bad, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. Next, we got a score from my local Goodwill. My buddy Tommy, the IC1, was definitely a little bit pissed that I saw this one before he did, for all of 99 cents. We got Rock of the Dead for the Xbox 360. This is a very unique game. Came out kind of towards the end of the music game's life cycle, you know, with the peak of Rock Band and Guitar Hero and stuff. This one is 1 or 2 player. You can team up in co-op. You can play drums or guitar, and I'm going to read you what it says on the back of the box here. Use your guitars and drums to annihilate aliens, squash mutated insects, and smash up the undead zombie hordes. That alone sounds like fun, but if that wasn't enough, you've got voices from Neil Patrick Harris and Felicia Day, and you've also got music from Rob Zombie as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out and giving it a go. Seems like a lot of fun. I'll probably grab Tommy, we'll team up and just rock the faces off some undead. Next up, we definitely have one of my best scores ever at a thrift store for all of $1. We have Halo Combat Evolved. As you can see, guys, this is not a demo disc. This is not an Xbox game. This is Halo for the PC. Now, you might ask, okay, Jimbo, what's the big deal with Halo for the PC? There's one special thing that the Halo for the PC had that the Xbox version did not. It had an extra weapon, the flamethrower. The only Halo game that has ever featured that particular weapon. This one even has the product key. I'm not going to show you that. Just don't want anybody jacking my shit here, but definitely looking forward to installing this on my computer and checking it out. I never got a chance to play that, and I've always wanted to see how the flamethrower works. So I'm going to install this one, give it a run through, and I'm just probably going to enjoy the shit out of it. I love me some Halo. So that concludes the games. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the accessories. So first up, we got a trio of Tiger Electronics handheld games. You don't really see these that often in the wild. I picked these up on a thrifting run with my buddy Tommy, the IC1, for really cheap. I think they were like 95 cents a piece. So I'm not really a big collector for these things, but it is kind of cool, you know, to play these. I used to have a couple of these when I was a kid. I had Double Dragon, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. They seem to work. Throw some batteries in. They at least, you know, fire up, and you've got sound and stuff. So we've got Tiger Electronic Miniature Golf, Tiger Electronics Soccer, and then we got a big one here, Game Talk Baseball Stars. Takes 4 batteries. I guess it actually does talk, maybe, has little voice clips of things, so not really sure what I'm going to do with these. If any of you guys collect Tiger Electronics and you're interested, go ahead and leave me a message. Probably not, but I might just flip these or use these in a trade with a friend to get some games that I want. So next we've got a box that I can guarantee you that you've probably never seen before if you live in the United States like I do. This is the Zapper box for the NES Zapper for, I believe, South America, just based on the language that's on it here, Pistola Gun. But one thing that really hooked me on this is how different the Zapper looks. As you can see right up there, it's got like a little peep sight on it, which I thought was really awesome. I was like, wow, man, if only the US release Zapper would actually have included that, that would have been awesome. Just an empty box, guys. It doesn't come with the gun itself, but I'm curious to see if anyone can find a picture or actually has the South American version of the gun. So I want to see if it actually does have that peep sight or if this was just logo art bullshit. So if any of you guys know that, leave me a comment down below. I'd be very interested to seeing what it actually looks like. So next up, we've got another one for what I'll call my NES Accessories Obscurity Collection, which definitely seems to be growing in size here. I seem to be pretty decent at finding these really rare things, you know, rare accessories that went for the NES, because there were so many oddities and unlicensed things that happened back then. This one's from Bandai. It's called the Super Controller. I'll give you guys a shot of the back of the box right now. So, as you can see, it's not actually a controller in and of itself. It's kind of like a clamshell type of thing that goes over top of it, where the NES controller is kind of contained inside of it, and you get a extra joystick that you can, you know, put on top, and it's got a couple different options inside the package for the shape of the joystick, which might give you better control. I don't know. I've never actually used one. Maybe one day we'll do a special episode of Retro Game Lounge where Chuck and I actually use these things on the Nintendo, you know, test them out and let you guys know what we think. I think that'd be a pretty funny episode. If you guys would like to see that, leave me a comment and let me know. I think that one might be worth our while. It might be a good time. So definitely looking forward to adding this one to the accessory collection and the display case back there, hanging up on the wall with the next ones. You don't really see these all that often. So next up, we got another Goodwill find. We got the Guitar Hero PS2 controller with the Gibson SG, complete in the box. Man, you do not often find things complete in a box in the Goodwill. And for this one, it was just a few dollars, I think, like $4 or $5. And I just figured, I'm not a huge PS2 collector, I'm not really a huge Guitar Hero collector, but considering this thing was complete in the box, had the game, had the controller, you know, cords and everything, the box is in pretty good shape, I was like, dude, for that little money, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on it and take a risk on it. So next up, we definitely have the jewel for this month's pickups. You really don't see these all that often. I was very lucky to get a chance at grabbing one of these. We've got the Nintendo Video Game Organizer, complete in the box, new, never been opened, still sealed. Yes, still sealed. It's hard enough to find these, this particular type of organizer, in decent shape. You know, without the box in and of itself. You very rarely see these in the box, but finding one brand new in the box, man, that's a pretty tall order. I think I was just right place, right time, and was able to acquire this one. So very lucky to have this one. I'm not going to open it because you can get these loose, and I really don't have a use for it in my video game collection. This is just purely collecting purposes, just to put this in with the rest of the accessories and the obscurities and things with the rest of the collection. Very happy to have this. Just elated that I was actually so lucky to be able to buy one. So that about wraps up the October edition of Retro Game Haul. Thank you everyone so much for stopping by. I appreciate everyone's time, and as always, to all my fellow gamers, retro or not, game on.